what was your process to determine whether or not to pursue accreditation at your school, and what did you decide?
So accreditation is this idea that an external body is going to sort of approve and authorize and validate a certain set of learning outcomes are being achieved, that the pedagogy is sound, that the course curriculum is good. Along the way to accreditation, there's a couple levels in the state of Texas that you go through, and at each level, the sort of rigor becomes more, right? It gets harder. We're not going to pursue accreditation, and we're not going to pursue it for a number of different reasons. But the first is the idea of being able to change the curriculum in order to adapt to what the curriculum needs to adapt to. Yeah. Simply, you can't when you're accredited without an accreditation visit and without a whole lot of steps that happen based on external reviewers that maybe don't actually know what they're talking about, because they're professionals. They're professional tenured professors based on a different set of content than the one that you're trying to adapt to. We change our curriculum daily, hourly. I mean, we'll have conversations with students, determine that the thing that was going to be taught that day is no longer the most important thing, and we'll change it. And it's within the context of a class structure, and the outcomes stay the same, and the students learn all the things they need to learn. But that level of freedom just isn't there. There's some more tactical reasons why we're not going to pursue accreditation too. For starters, I wouldn't be able to work or teach at my school. I don't have a PhD, and neither do any of my faculty. And so the terminal degree in design is a PhD, and so accreditation guidelines would say we would need all of our faculty to have PhDs or a tremendous level of experience. And I've heard cases of people with 35, 40 years experience where that doesn't count. So that would suck if I wasn't able to work at my own school. And then on top of that, there's this sort of a distribution of power, which I think makes sense from a governance standpoint that's enforced with accreditation, but we just couldn't financially stomach, which is, and I'm gonna say this wrong, but it's the right idea. The person in charge of curriculum, the person in charge of students, and the person in charge of, like a couple other things, all have to be different individuals. And all of those individuals are $100,000, $120,000 salaries. And so we go from having one salary, mine, which is $40,000 a year, and then paying the faculty adjunct, pretty good adjunct faculty rates, to having 4 full-time administrators at about $500,000, and my $12,000 a year tuition suddenly is unaffordable. Essentially, you get a microcosm example of why tuition's out of control in all of the public universities, because very well-intentioned people put very good guidelines around sort of scratching your own back, and the repercussions of that as it trickles through the system are financial, right? And so we wouldn't be able to afford it.